we got another Jamie Tripp question here. Assistant Brewer member, Jamie Tripp. Hey, Adam, I'm going to brew a winter Saison. Any suggestion, yeast and hops? I'd like to highlight a white grape and farmyard funk. What do you recommend for residual sweetness in this style? Almost forgot about thiol powders. Any experience or ideas of dosing? I'm going to give you my take on this, and I'll also say if September and June says anything about Saison in the chat, I would take his I would pay heed to his takes on Saison. So this idea of winter Saison is something I'm a little unfamiliar with. I did do a little search. When I think Saison DuPont, right? But yeah, and so I Googled it, and the funny thing is it linked up with another answer that I was going to give you. And so, because you also mentioned thiol powders, and it looks like you're looking to maybe push something a little bit even non-traditional with this take on Saison. So my suggestion is on Saison is I say try to push it dry. You know, I don't know, go down to 1006 with it, make a lean beer. But you're saying that you want something wintry, so maybe you do want a little bit more residual sweetness, and that residual sweetness may help prop up some of the I'm sorry guys, some of these that may help prop up some of these you know, you're looking to push some potential some fruit type things, because you're talking about utilizing thiol powder, and which is to help with a kind of a tropical thing. You said white grape. You can absolutely use Phantasm for the white grape thing. I'm also thinking that Nelson you might be able to get if you get the appropriate crop, the appropriate year, the appropriate farm. You might be able to get some white grape off of that that hop. Me personally, the strain that I am most familiar with on that side is B64 Napoleon from Imperial. Shout out to Nina over there at Imperial, holding it down, servicing the brewing community with yeast and quality service and advice. Anyway, I'm going to see Nina at the conference coming up. We're going to high five. Anyway, I'm gonna suggest the same source twice. Here's one. I would recommend, when it talks about thiol powders, and all of you, please go and read this article. It's so good. It's so interesting. Even if you're not into making hop forward beers, there's an opportunity to do some really cool stuff with the thiolized yeast that's going on right now and mash hopping. And it's not, anyways, you need to read the article called The Locksmith, Utilizing Bioengineered Yeast and High-Bound Thiol Precursor Hops and Phantasm Powder to Thiol Drive Beers. It's a long title, but scottjanish.com, SCOTTJANISH.com, hit blog, and Locksmith Phantasm. You need to go and read that article, man. It's a mind blower. It's crazy, crazy stuff. You should really, really go and read it. Just to understand what's being done right now with those genetically modified yeasts. I think I'm going to get a chance this year to mess around with some of that stuff. I already have a batch of Sabo, our standard IPA, on a fermenting on a yeast called Heliogazer from Omega, which is like a ramped up. It's like a super thiolized strain. So yeah, cool stuff. You should read that. So I would point you there for that answer first. But Scott Janish also has, but also Google Scott Janish and Winter Saison and check that out. He has a take on there too. It was one of the first things. It was one of the first things that came out. My gut on that is I like Napoleon from Imperial. I find it more fruit forward, less spicy, and so that might work well for you. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you feel as if you got any value out of the video, please like and subscribe. There are also other videos that you can watch. They're gonna maybe be over here or over here. Appreciate you watching.